We celebrate the birth of Jesus on December the 25th. But was Jesus really born in the month of December? Unfortunately, the Bible doesn't give us a precise date for Jesus' birthday, but it does give us some strong clues as to which month Jesus was probably born in. Our first clue comes from the shepherds and a familiar verse in Luke's Gospel. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. Shepherds took their sheep to pasture from March until early October. As the cold winter months began, the flocks would return from the fields for shelter and warmth. And since the shepherds were still tending their flocks in the fields around Bethlehem, it can be concluded that the angel who announced the news of Jesus' birth came no later than early October. Our second clue comes from looking carefully at what we're told about the birth of John the Baptist in Luke's Gospel. In the time of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zachariah who belonged to the priestly division of Abijah. His wife Elizabeth was also a descendant of Aaron. Zachariah and Elizabeth were the father and mother of John the Baptist. You see, Jewish priests like Zachariah were divided into 24 courses which ministered throughout the year in the temple. The order of Abijah was the 8th priestly course, which served in the temple during the 10th week of the priestly cycle. The start of the 10th week coincided with the second Sabbath in the month of Sivan, which runs approximately from mid-May to mid-June. Luke tells us that Elizabeth became pregnant with John the Baptist during this time. After this, his wife Elizabeth became pregnant and for 5 months remained in seclusion. Luke then tells us that in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. You see, Mary's pregnancy thus starts 6 months into Elizabeth's pregnancy. And from this fact, we can now work out which month Jesus was born in. Elizabeth's pregnancy starts sometime between mid-May and mid-June. Mary's pregnancy therefore starts 6 months later, sometime between mid-November and mid-December. Given 9 months of pregnancy, Mary would have given birth to Jesus between mid-August and mid-September. Given that the shepherds were living out in the fields, we can safely assume that Jesus was born in the month of September.